Okay, cool. Welcome back. Day 7. You've got some big plans today, but first, what we're going to have to do is clean up our sheep. Because, see, their cleanliness is down. We're getting a bit of wool, but I think cleanliness might affect, if that gets down to 0, either productivity or reproduction rate. I'm not actually sure. But to do that, or at least to clean that up for now, there's something else coming. It's actually a mod, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to get something for my skid steer loader, because we do need one of these anyway, like a universal shovel. We'll be able to pick up all sorts of things with this, which is cool. Turn the light on. It's really flipping dark. Let's get the map out so we know which way we're going. If we go right down to the right, not there, okay. Yeah, cool. And I'll talk about some of the plans too, for the next few days at least. Today, after the harvest, look, I noticed the soybean prices were going up a fair bit. It's at about 1600 at the moment, I think. So after that gets high enough, we'll take all our harvest over. The harvester's working on this field here. We've still got that field to go. I've mowed this one and mowed that one. We're going to turn that into hay. We'll start stockpiling hay and grass for the cows, because we're going to need a lot of that. Particularly grass too, because we're going to have to make silage. Luckily there's a facility over by the cows where we can make silage. Yeah, and I've been thinking about which fields I'd like to buy too, but that'll be a long way off, because we don't have enough money for that yet. It'll need to be, we need to get a lot of sheep first and maybe do some jobs, so, which I'm not particularly looking forward to, because I'll have to be quite big jobs there to make it worthwhile, like those ones that take about half an hour to give us about 30 grand. Yeah, I think if we take this left up here, yeah, because I figured, like, I had a look at the prices of some of the fields like that I'd like to buy, and they're quite big actually. There's this one here, or that one for the cows, like I'll make those either silage or hay or grass or something. This one up here for the pigs, we'll do that, and sugar beets and potatoes, because you need those to feed the pigs. And this one here for the sheep, like I could put grass or hay or something else in there, maybe more sugar beets or soy or something, since it's so close to the train station. But that's a long way away yet, because they do cost a lot of money to buy a field, especially those ones, because they're so big. So what I could do is I could start doing jobs for those farmers to reduce the price, because every time you do a job, it might drop the field price by, I don't know, a few thousand or something, 5,000. I wouldn't get there from this way. Oh yeah, there should be a little dirt track up here somewhere. Yeah, and I got a pop-up message through the night that the brand Joskin is on sale, so all the gear that Joskin makes is 15% off, which is good. Oh yeah, this will take me straight to the sheep. Just finding it hard to see because the sun is glaring off my screen. It's a really stupid hot sunny day today. Oh yeah, there's a field just over that side, yep. So I think, yeah, the missions to do in the future will be on those 3 fields specifically, or 3 of those 4 fields. I haven't decided quite which one yet, by the cows. Probably the one that's not as big, the one that's not a big goofy shape, and then the one up by the pigs, and then this one here by the sheep. Now see, the cleanliness is down, so there'll be food all over their feeding area. Yeah, look at this. So drop our shovel down. We should be able to just scoop this up, I think. Well, at least I hope we can. Oh, there we go. So we'll need to do this every so often. There's a little bit there too. And we'll put that in there. Now there is a mod, it's a little robot that does this cleaning for you, but I don't know. Is it a bit cheaty using one of those? Probably. I'll just poke this over here for now. See how the harvest is doing. Not too bad. Yeah, okay. So I think maybe this field here, because it's a regular shape, and what I could do is I could split it into 3, I guess, or even across that way, mate. Or yeah, we'll see what's around the edges of it, which way to split it. But we'll do, like, say, grass, maybe in 2. Do the whole lot grass. Half of it grass and half of it wheat, because we need straw as well. And once our harvest is done harvesting, we're going to have to plough this field again too. See, these need ploughing. Now I'm not sure why only half of that needs ploughing, but we might as well just plough the whole thing. Now off mode, I'm not sure if you'll actually be able to see this, but I've mowed this field here. It's got grass on it. Actually, that grass is growing back around it, so we'll mow that again, see if we can get more stripes off that. You will do that now. And I mowed the other one too, just because I was curious, like if you were to leave it mowed like that, whether the grass will turn into hay on its own, or whether I actually have to buy a special tool to turn it over to turn into hay, you know. Because I think the tool to do that, it's called a tedder, and I think it's, how much is it? Is it bait? No, it's under tedders. Oh, the cheapest one's 11,000. Okay, yeah, well, that's not too bad then. We'll see what happens if we remow this field. See if we get an extra stripe of grass. Man, I can't see anything. If we go like between these stripes, what happens if we mow this one? Look in here. I think that's growing back. No, it doesn't look like it has there actually. Okay, we'll go to the other one. Just means we'll have to do this one manually, that's all. It does kind of look like it's growing back in the middle there. So I'll drop that. Lower that. We'll see what happens when we mow in between them. And oh, I am getting another stripe of grass, good. So we should probably get a windrower as well. Now what they do, it's like this twirly thing you stick at the back of your tractor, and it arranges these rows of grass into one row, so it's easier to pick up for your like forage wagon or like loader wagon or something. But this isn't particularly important, hey, this field of grass here. I was just curious to see if I'd actually get another row of like mowed grass in here. See, yeah. I'll show you when we come back. You'll be able to see the bit that's hilly, because it's the bit that the mower misses, as I drive past. See, this bit here on the right of the tractor, that's where part of the hill is, and the tractor light goes up on a weird angle and it doesn't quite mow that bit. Yeah, on my other game, like my sort of test game, I tried making another field here, and it was like really goofy trying to get the AI workers to do all this work properly, you know. Damage my crops. Oh no, this tractor should be righto because it's got narrow wheels. Okay, you'll scratch that, yeah. Won't have to worry too much about that turn. I'll actually have to wait until daylight to see what the story is with all this here. Now, it might actually be just the bits I missed in between these rows, that's picking up, but... So you could try it on that field there once it's grown. Okay, we'll leave that for now, because it's quite dull mowing lawns, isn't it? I hate mowing lawns. I mowed mine today. It was hot as hell out there today too. Detach it, and we'll get the plough hooked up, and we could probably almost start getting ready to plough that field over there too. Cool. Yeah, something else I should buy today after the harvest is in. If we get a good price for our stuff, there's some greenhouses. Now they cost $25,000 each, which is quite a lot. It's quite a lot to spend like initially. But see, they make $60 an hour, and they only cost $10 a day to run. Now it's $60 an hour if you just put water in. If you have water and manure, it's $120 an hour. So if we get enough of these in a row, they'll pay for all our machines, all our farm machines. What's this dude going? Oh, he's about 79. Alright then, yeah, well, I think I'll pause it here until the bulk of the harvest has been done. We'll just check the price here. Oh, $16.85. Okay, that's not bad. Cool. Bring you back soon. Okay, cool, welcome back. Yeah, I've planted one of my fields. We're doing that in wheat this time, so we can pick up the straw afterwards. We'll do this one later, after I finish this. Now, I'm down where the cows go, and I'm going to have a go at making some silage. Now, I think I can just drive in here and... Okay, leave Control I. Let's see if I can spread it out a bit. Okay, cool. Oh, that actually didn't drop very much, did it? Okay. Now, I think what I have to do next is drive over it a few times to compact it. So we'll just attach that there. Oh no, I actually have to lower that first, don't I? No. Why isn't it? Oh, I need to stop unloading first, that's why. Now I should be able to... Yep, there we go, here we go. Okay, now... So it's compacted 1% now. If I drive over it, that number should go up, shouldn't it? 2%, 3%, 4%. Oh, I should have actually dumped in the middle. See, it's kind of spreading out a bit now. It's 13%. Okay, we'll drive around this way. I'll see if we can kind of push it up here a little bit. Because this bit on the end probably won't tend to silage, will it? So we'll need, oh jeez, a lot bigger trailer to dump enough grass here to make this worthwhile, because it's going to take bloody ages, eh? to get enough silage to make it worthwhile. Although we could make silage in our field and have it packed into bales, but that might be a bit of a hassle, and it's going to cost a lot of money to get the gear to do that, because we're going to need a baler plus a bale wrapper as well, and a flatbed trailer to transport it with. Mind you, we'll be able to use that same trailer to do wool bales as well, won't we? Something to think about. So 56%. Yeah, so I'll have to find a better way to make silage, or at least quicker, because look, that's only got 63%. And I think once that's at 100, we just cover it like we would, the back of a trailer or something, I guess it puts polythene on it, or whatever, This would probably be faster with wider tyres too. So I wonder if my skid steer loader would do this better. Probably would, because it's got big knobbly tyres, but it'll take us longer to go get it than the possible time saving aspect of it, 86%. Now I've been keeping an eye on the prices for the soybeans, and they're still quite low. Well, 16.85 I think at last check. I'll wait till they go up to 2,000, then we'll be able to gear up a hell of a lot better for the next time. And buy a couple of greenhouses and get some stuff to make some hay with too, because we're going to need a bit of that as well. 99, 100% cool. So I'll jump out of here. I think we press. To be up here. Blankets, silo. Okay, yep. So it sticks a blanket over the top of it. This stuff here won't turn to silo, but if we come back later, it will. Yeah, cool. I think. Oh, go away. Yeah, I think what I'll do now is I'll plant that other field. See, I've got my truck down here in preparation for the greenhouses with the water truck on the back. Yeah, I'll go and plant that other field. I'll probably do it wheat again as well, because you get a reasonable price for it at the mill. It's probably about the highest price, and I think you get more yield per hectare for that than you do like soybeans and stuff, So yeah, cool. I'll pause it here and I'll bring you back. Okay, cool. Welcome back. You're a little bit late at the end of this episode. I've been waiting for the price of the soy to go up again, but it's been going down. So I sold a little bit of wheat while it was still at about 700, and we're going to sit on the 50-odd thousand of the soybeans we've got. So we're going to have to wait until we can get greenhouses. Now you see the weather up the top right. That's what tomorrow's is going to be. It's going to be rain. Tomorrow isn't what. It's day 8 at the moment technically, but day 9 it'll be rain, so we won't be able to harvest. So we'll do other stuff that day, I guess, like maybe forestry or something else anyway. But yeah, when I come back for the next one, would have harvested these two. I'll collect the straw off those two, and I'll create some kind of stockpile here for it, because I won't have enough money to get a there's a hay loft you can buy which is placeable, and you can just dump it off there to store it. It's quite expensive though. It's like $90,000 or something, I think. Where is it? Yeah, hay loft, 90,000. So I can store my hay and straw there, and it holds 250,000 litres, so that's heaps, eh? But yeah, cool. Thanks for watching.